Yeah, about a year and a half ago, we were, at the Church Planting Institute. Great material, great speakers, great food, all supported by Dixie Jackson offerings. It was just a concept and an idea on a way to reach people through the gospel, through the entity of the ROK Church, being an African-American church plant. We probably only had about a handful, probably about 8 people at that time. I think when we actually launched off in April, we had about 15, maybe 20 at the most in that service. And now, here it is, a little bit over a year later, just from being in that Church Planting Institute and applying those principles and those teachings, here we are able to see 70 plus people on a weekly basis. I mean, in less than a year's time since the launch, over 70 plus people, and just to see the potential of what God is going to do. Not just that, but 8 baptized, over 50 confessions, given salvations. Man, God has been moving, and He's moved in an awesome way, and all glory belongs to Him. We were getting ready to launch off in this new area where we had been kind of previously reaching people, but we lived on a different side of town. And so one of the questions that we will always be asked is, where do you live? And when we would tell them where we would live, it was almost like instantly we were disconnected, because where we had lived at that time was perceived as a place that was that could not relate to where they were. I talked to my wife, and God impressed it upon our heart. You know what? We need to just pack our stuff up and move into this area to reach people for Jesus Christ, and not worry about what we prefer in this particular season of our life, but what God prefers for us. And He was setting us up for a blessing. I'm telling you, we moved into that area, and man, we started, the people opened their hearts up to us. So now when they ask us, where do we live? As a matter of fact, they don't even have to ask. We tell them before they even ask, hey, if you ever need us, we live right there at those apartments. We live right down there. We live right in building 6, And so it's been great to know that the people can feel like we can identify with them, because we're experiencing the same thing. Our kids are playing and growing up together. We're seeing each other on a day-to-day basis, and we're basically living life together. I just want to say thank you to all of those who have been of support, but especially those who have been, I guess, undaunted, you could say, in their giving, who have realized that their giving has allowed them to reach so much more, so many more people than those that just walks through those doors on Sunday morning. I just want to say thank you for being fearless in your giving. Thank you for reaching past the norm and realizing that the gospel must go forth and putting your finances to work. I challenge every believer to live an undaunted life, a life where you're not fearful. A life where, although you may have to step into the wilderness sometimes, and although you may not understand every step that God has imparted in you and given you vision to step in, that you step into it, and that you step into it with the vision that I'm going to reach somebody for the glory of God.